We've introduced 3 StorNext Pro solutions, and now it's time to talk about the ultimate content production solution, and we call it the StorNext Pro Production.
Yeah, I think StorNext Pro Production is really the one that people will want to have if they have content that they produce and content that they own. And this is probably the most complete solution that we've introduced so far for someone who could build a whole facility around it. Now, the reason I say that is because, as you know, Skip, this one has the best of the other solutions.
It does.
So we talked about the studio solution, the 4K solution. This one will do both and more.
And more.
Right?
And the beauty of this one is that it's really built around the leading edge customers that are delivering content globally in real time. They've got a tremendous number of content streaming in that they need to adapt to, and a tremendous amount of customers they need to stream out to. We're talking about they need the best of everything. They need the best way to manage and tier and control their content and monetize that content.
Yeah, and let's make sure that everybody understands that this is still affordably priced because we're able to take the best pieces and optimize them. I mean, in the past, buying a StorNext solution meant that you kind of had to know what you wanted to buy.
Right.
Or you had to have a trusted advisor, your reseller, your value-added reseller partner, and they even had a hard time somewhat navigating. But what we did is we looked at StorNext 5, we optimized the performance across them. In fact, this is a new StorNext 5. And in fact, all of these use new StorNext 5 metadata appliances, but this one is really that top of the line.
It really is.
This is the big kahuna, as I would tend to call it. So let's talk about what's in there and then really go deep into what these things deliver.
Perfect. So it's built around a great and a top of the line StorNext metadata controller server, the M662XL.
Okay, the M662XL, that's unique.
It is.
Right?
It can support the largest number of file system, largest number of customers.
So here's what's cool about it, right? We call them volumes or file systems. You get 8 of them with the M662XL. So that could be a whole facility right there.
Easily.
The other thing about the M662XL is it does have the performance to do 4K workflows.
Right.
The other thing about it that's really exciting is it includes gateways. So what are gateways? Question we always get.
Right.
The gateway is really simple. It's a way that we actually, in StorNext 5, allow people to have fiber channel clients and IP clients as first-class citizens. So I think StorNext 5 adds an incredible amount of performance to our IP clients. The gateways give you the ability, and they're built in the M662XL, the ability to add IP clients. So in the case of building a full studio or a full facility, you're going to have producers. And these producers are going to want to be IP attached rather than use expensive fiber channel attachments. You're also, and this is what's really exciting about this, you're also talking about pulling in a lot of content, doing it where you're building proxies and you're delivering a lot of content where you're actually transcoding into a lot of different formats, and one of the easiest ways to do that is with a transcode farm.
Right.
And those usually run on IP. So the M662XL gives you that capability. So rather than having to use different systems to do this, that one metadata controller appliance does it all. Now, the other beauty of this is that these clients that can go out there can be the Quantum DLC clients, and there's an unlimited number amount that this will support. So no client licenses for IP clients, whether Windows or Linux. Same thing is true that you can use a reshare server and put Mac clients out on IP as well.
Right.
So the M662XL gives you incredible flexibility, and because it's the big, powerful, big kahuna, it allows you to grow the system as well.
Right. It's definitely the most capable system, but it's also, like other solutions, is paired with optimized storage that goes with it. So the StorNext Pro Production comes with a QX1200 with 48 terabytes of storage and a 48 terabyte expansion system. So 96 terabytes of storage.
Yeah, and like all the StorNext Pro solutions, they're QX-based because we've optimized the QX for StorNext 5 and for online use. So in a work and process environment, you deliver the best performance, best storage performance as a platform. So this, this guarantees that you're going to eliminate drop frames, you're going to get the best overall performance you can. And 96 terabytes is a great place to start, but of course they can have enhancements, right?
Absolutely. Well, one other key thing is this solution also adds an AEL 500, which is a solution that offers tape completely integrated with StorNext. And now for the first time, you truly can manage content from a primary SAN built around your QX1200 and archive it off to your AEL 500.
Okay, so let's talk about the AEL 500 a little bit. The AEL 500, AEL is Archive-Enabled Library. Right? So we're talking about a tape library. The 500 is an i500 style tape library, means that it has 41 slots. It has 3 tape drives in it, essentially 2 of the tape drives, so you can have performance. The third one is for protection of the tapes to ensure that the tapes are good over time, and that's a technology that we call Extended Data Life Management, right, or EDLM, which essentially says that if the tapes are in your library for a long time, we can read those tapes back and ensure that the quality is good. Now, of course, there's 41 slots, but you can vault those tapes off somewhere else and move them. Now, the beauty of having the AEL in here is that a lot of times you're moving a lot in, especially when you have an M662XL, you have transcode farm, you're going to save a lot of assets and a lot of finished content, and you want to archive it.
Right.
And of course, we have a lot of archiving options at Quantum. I mean, Quantum really, if you look at the whole StorNext line, we do everything from ingest to delivery through archive, whether it's nearline or long-term. And we have a lot of options there, and especially our Lattice systems, the Forever Archive, the object-based storage systems, those allow you to do super fast online retrieval, back from nearline to online, and also for long-term. But you know, those are sometimes not approachable to people in an entry level or a lower cost entry. So the tape is still, I hate to say it, it's the best solution from a cost standpoint.
Right. And what this brings up as well is that increasingly LTFS is a really popular option when people need to exchange content, or perhaps a customer requests content be delivered in something like LTFS, and that's all built in.
Really, really good point, Skip. So LTFS workflow has become the sneaker net of our generation, right? This generation, even in 4K, because the tapes are big enough today, and they're inexpensive enough, and you can move them. So we've seen a lot of people do remote production. This is one of the things that this system is ideal for. If you're in a remote location and you create an LTFS tape, you bring it into this system, you put it in the AEL 500, it reads it into the primary workspace on the QX1200s. You now have that LTFS tape as raw that you can put on a shelf, or send it back through so you can rewrite it for the next daily, so to speak. And when you're done, you can output it in LTFS to deliver it, or again, put it on the shelf for safety. And these tapes are big enough. This is LTO6. So all the capacities and all the performance numbers are all on the website on StorNext.com. But you know, you could pair this thing with one of the other solutions, like a StorNext Pro Studio, where you could take that in a remote production with an AEL 500 as well, write that LTFS tape, create it there, bring it into StorNext Pro production, have that, work with that, and then output it. So it really completes the whole solution. The beauty is all these work together.
Right.
Now, the other thing about this solution that's exciting is the support. So the warranty is out there. It's a 3-year warranty. It's 24/7, 365. It's 30-minute response time on a call, and it has a service spares kit, right?
Right.
And the beauty of the service spares kit is that the components that are active in the system, meaning the hard drive that's in your RAID system or in your expansions, a 4 terabyte hard drive in the QX is included, plus the hard drive that is in the metadata controller appliance, the M662XL. So you have one of each, plus a RAID controller for the QX1200. So anything that could slow the performance of the system down, because the systems are completely redundant. I mean, this is really a differentiation with Quantum compared to a lot of systems that are out there. We see these all-in-one solutions, and they never, you know, you should go through their literature, right? I mean, I invite every person looking to go through that and hear what they say about high availability and hear what they say about redundancy. And what you'll find is most of them don't have the level of redundancy or high availability. We offer that on every solution. And the beauty of this is that even with high availability, if you have a hard drive that fails and you're rebuilding it, or you have a hard drive that fails in a degraded state, or your RAID controller is degraded, you could affect the performance of the system. It'll still continue to run, and you lose some of the headroom, so maybe you can't deliver on time. But because we include these service spares, we eliminate that problem. Everything else in the system is completely redundant. We deliver things next business day. And we're also stocking products locally, stocking these spares locally, so we can guarantee that we have a good flow to you. And on the phone with a Quantum representative or with your value-added reseller, what we find is that you can usually get this thing up and running in a matter of minutes or never, ever go down, which is what most people want.
Right.
So having that approach to this, you know, you can run your whole facility on it.
I mean, so it's the best of all worlds. It's a solution you know is going to work together. It's meeting the most common needs that the customers are facing today, and it's supported in a new way with the service spares kit, and of course, great quantum support end to end, a phone call away.
Yeah, and I think what's really exciting is if you're looking for a complete storage platform that has the best ecosystem out there. It's completely open. It works with the best of breed tools. It's optimized. It's 100% XAN compatible. It's 100% Mac compatible. Works with the Mac Pro. Works with Final Cut 10. Works with Adobe Premiere, Adobe Anywhere. I mean, think about that. Autodesk Smoke. All the tools that people use, whether they're on the Mac, on Windows, or on Linux, it all just works. And that's what's really nice about it. We have a lab where we test this, consistently to ensure that we're working with that. We have a full partner program for our technology partners, and on StorNext.com we have a great selection to tell you exactly what you need and where to go. And the beauty of this solution, it's not only affordable, but it's a single part number.
Absolutely.
So, people want to learn more about these solutions, where do they go?
They go to StorNext.com. It's a one-stop shop for information about StorNext, all the great solutions, and where these solutions fit, and how they can solve real-world production challenges today.
Thank you very much, Skip.
Thank you.